Hype train, el tren del hype.
Thank you, everyone, for kicking off the hype train. El tren del hype. Let
Yay.
us
Choo
begin.
choo.
Choo choo. This is the hype train. Hear my hype. Let us begin today with episode 45 of Epsilon Sun, where
Before we do that, we
yes.
have a sponsor. I have been informed by Alex of our pending arrival, so I have a piece of paper here. And tired of your party spending more time arguing about when to meet than actually adventuring? Do your campaigns die not by dragon fire, but by scheduling conflicts? Introducing Session Scheduler. Game time or no lifetime. The only magical artifact guaranteed to summon your entire party at the same time. Disclaimer, artifacts of metaphorical results may vary. We are not responsible for wizards stuck in alternate timelines. With Session Scheduler, you can finally dodge the deadliest monster of all, the Sorry, I Forgot Beast, the I Have Work Wraith, the Family Event Fiend. No more missed battles, no more crumbling campaigns, just cold, hard dice rolling, friends yelling, and the sweet, sweet taste of chaotic victory. Session Scheduler, game time or no lifetime, because the real quest is showing up.
Ain't that the truth?
That's so real.
I'd like to commend you all for actually having a outstanding streak of games in a row. I think I'm the only person that's really prevented that from happening. So, yeah, couldn't ask for better players. And we to continue this string of amazing information, we will have our recap of last week's incredible episode, where a lot of things happened as coming together, almost as if many paths are colliding, kind of like a convergence, perhaps. We have our esteemed barbarian monk to tell us what happened to the party last week.
Yes. So we started at the day that Magrum left. Most of us still unknowing. And we all woke up, and Aurora and Loka had a short but effective talk about mostly Aurora wanting Lokar to own up to being part of the group and his emotions towards the group. And after that, Aurora went to her mother, and she told her that she probably has to go back to the mines because of her oath. And her mother said, "That's stupid." And she said, "That's my oath." And then she was like, "Oh, I guess, yeah, can't really stop you." And then Nisa has also been woken up. She knows that Mag is gone, and she comes to that realization as number 5 now is following her instead of Magrim. And she heads out and she sees Karik, and she explains to Karik what has been happening, and the group kind of gets together, and they all hear the news. Some a bit frustrated or sad, or both, at the fact that Magrim is now gone. But they decide to pick up again and continue on. Karik has his new book that he finds very interesting, that he really wants to read. And I think first, yeah. So yes, next is Karik and Lokar goes to eat breakfast while Lokar and no, not Aurora and Nissa, um, check in with Alabaster and find out that he's dead, but not completely consumed at the moment. But whatever these sword did kind of stopped something. And then they also decide to go get breakfast after they find that out and also like notify everyone. But they don't want them to necessarily see that whatever happened to Ali Bastard is the corruption. And then Baloka and Karik eating some weird cheese from Blackhorn Farms. And other stuff. Nonora and Nissa are joining, and the kind of is noticed that there's like no Vada Genasi around, and that's kind of weird. But we can't. No one's really acting on that at that point in time, and we're just eating. Everyone eats the cheese at least once, I think. Actually, I don't know if Aurora actually decided to eat it or not, but Nissa definitely couldn't stop.
Of course.
Definitely Moorish.
And the Baron comes in and kind of talks about how great the cheese is and other things. He kind of like uh
Cheese was kind of
It's
the big
also-
plot point of last
It was a
week.
massive plot
Yep,
point for
massive
some
plot
reason.
point.
Yeah. A pivotal point in the
And-
story.
Mhm.
and Nisa kind of says some not well thought out words, getting the Baron to think that she's interested in him. And also, you know, suddenly the Water Genasis are back, but they're seemingly a lot weaker as one comes into the kitchen, tries to like pick up our stuff, but doesn't have the power or the strength to really carry it, and end up like throwing it over in the kitchen. The party goes to check and wants her to reassure that there's not gonna be any. She doesn't get any punishment for that. Still unsure what exactly has happened to them. And then we kind of quickly talk about how they are very much slaves, considering what they're wearing. And then we decide to bury Alabaster because that's quite important to get done, especially since we don't want anyone to see the body. So we follow Aurora to get her spider. On the way, we meet her ex, who we find out she has gotten into a slavery position because she ratted him out. After he kind of told about Palace not being that great. And he does not know that, and he's still completely into Aurora. And Aurora has trouble dealing with that. Maybe. Well, anyways, we end up seeing the spider, who's really old now because, you know, spiders. And she can't really carry Aurora anymore with her armor and everything. But still enough to have like a little bit of fun time. That cute spider. And then we end up going with other spider, killing Alabaster to like a spot outside the manor. And this takes us a while to get to a good spot farther away, bury him correctly. His name is Rocinante, sorry. And then yes, we do that, and we head back. That takes the better part of the day. And I think it's mostly it. We kind of all, I mean, Karik has just been reading all day and has been trying to understand this grand book, which gives apparently a lot of insights into maybe how the scar collars turtles are used as like keys to enter like this sigil place. And then we all go to bed, and we all have great night, and that's it. Now,
Uh-huh.
yes, we.
Haha. No.
Ah, well, yes.
Uh-huh.
Loka has a dream, and he is finally able to reform his memory, shatter the shards. I don't know if that makes sense. Reform his memory, and we kind of get taken on a story through kind of his life in a bit, meeting the members of his old crew and getting pulled towards that day where he forgot everything. And we met that whatever happened in there, he is partially responsible for what happened to his squad because he didn't want to turn down his promotion, and he thought team could handle whatever statue started to kill all of them. And as it does, it seems to funnel all that energy into some sort of baby at the center of the statue. And Loka can only escape because he gets pushed aside by Gear, and he runs out of the crypt devastated and no longer in his right mind. And all that emotion at that point he was not able to carry, and it just kind of shattered his mind, that memory. And I think that's kind of where we ended.
Yeah, we ended with you still, like, with you ending the dream.
Yeah.
It was a very significant event for Lokar, as
Sure.
he has spent many years having nightmares, and it's the first time he's ever managed to break through, and his memories of that time are now part of him once more. Some elusive thing that he tried to drink away or drug away or just run away from, he stood up to, and now the memory is what you will wake up with. But before that happens, a night has occurred. And even though we only had a very short day in terms of actual eventing, your corruption will still pass through your bodies. So, I would like everyone to roll once more again their Constitution saving throw for corruption growth.
And
Whoa!
Also just nice. I said I was sleeping outside so that I could attune to the book.
Correct. You are somewhere in the back where you had the reading time, maybe? Is that where you would...
Somewhere in just one of those little hedge gardens, I think, in like the courtyard.
okay.
We hand waved a lot of the afternoon. Would Lokar have an opportunity to attune to his cloak?
Yeah.
The
It's fine.
yeah, I mean, technically you would, because you would have been out walking back to the estate at sunset. So, yeah, you could have attuned at that point because you were coming back at the end of the night, for sure. There was nothing obstructing your shadows for that point. So if you wish to do that, you can.
I'll think about it.
You'll think about it.
That
Yeah,
was
man.
unexpected.
I mean, technically, there's like a long ritual to it, and there's a little bit of role play. I'm not sure if I want to skip it, so that's why I'm thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be nice to finally attune to this cloak. So I'm weighing my options right now.
I mean, the things that you did.
There's the rest of Mag's inventory too. If we want to go ahead and just do that.
Well, let's put a pin in that one, as the issue is that you were doing a pretty somber affair. Like burying a friend who tried to make you realize that he made a mistake and was doing everything he can to make up for it. And we've had a pretty harrowing experience with Lugar as well. So let's put a pin in the distribution of Magrum stuff for this moment. We have time. At the end of the night, also, just as a point here, is that Nissa did not go to a bedroom, the same bedroom as you guys, even though there is beds available. She went back to the tea room, in which she spent the previous night in. So, wow, everyone passes their Constitution save for the corruption, which is a first.
Oof.
So,
That's good.
please roll your rank in D8. Okay, so
That
nothing
was
changes.
2D8.
You're 2D8, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're still phobic of humans, Aurora. Oh wow, that's a low roll
2
for...
and a 3.
Yeah.
The double 5.
Logar 10.
You die.
It's rocks full.
Your corruption symptom is rocks fall, everyone dies.
Oh, nice, nice.
Interesting. Especially from waking up. This is something I'm gonna have to whisper to you real quick.
Cool.
Oh,
As it's not
Oh no.
it's not visible.
I don't like.
When's the text I got here?
I'm fairly scared, to be honest.
Can you roll me a flip a coin, a D2?
I probably, right?
Yep. Pepper.
That's a good old one.
Heads or tails?
Indeed. Okay. All corruption rolls. Oh, sorry, Karik. Your oh god, we haven't had this one yet.
Oh no.
Oh, have we? Oh, no, actually, I'm gonna whisper to you too. It's actually, why does this work so well?
The dice gods.
Me and Nissa not get the same one? Or do we?
Yeah.
Oh,
mean,
you
I don't
do. Oh, you do. Okay.
We rolled the same.
You do.
We
get-
do?
Yeah, you do. But I will still whisper to you both.
Okay.
Oh my god.
What if we're not actually getting the same thing and he's just saying that to fuck with?
I don't.
It
I
could
think
be.
that's how it works. The number gives you. If you have more D8, you can get higher numbers, and that's the worst thing.
Okay. There you
Or
go,
is it just a different-
Mr. Turtle, and there you go, Ms. Tiefling.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Two different approaches to this. So, so many whispers today already. Okay, let us move you back over to the estate.
I need to roll
For the book?
No, that was for my cosmic omen. I have to roll at the end of a long rest.
Oh.
Odd is one thing, even is another.
Uh-huh. Oh, right. Yeah. Wheel or
Yeah.
okay. Dawn breaks on yet another day within Hargrave Estate. The accommodations you sleep in are once again comforting and safe. The protection of the walls of the estate have given you the opportunity to feel things that perhaps have been lingering or beneath the surface for so long. A time to breathe, a time to digest the past few weeks, past few days, past few hours. An abundance of self-actualization and understanding washes over each of you as you spend your second night within the sheets or pillows of the estate, or grass. You are left to your own devices until last night's long rest. You are given a wider berth to ensure that you are not hounded or bothered, just as anyone would expect from a luxurious estate. And the staff of the Hargrave estate go about their works and businesses diligently and respectfully. This night has been transformative, both for physically and mentally. You feel the effects of having space given to you and time to digest. Rejuvenative. But some things still linger. And we will start today's episode in the other bedroom compared to last session. Where... Sorry, Aurora, did I not put you back in bed?
I was intending to get up very early and go to
before
the
dawn?
training room before dawn.
Oh, really? Okay. Fair enough. Before dawn. Okay. Well, the long rest would have happened, so you can roll your long rest dice if you wish. Your long rest button to replenish anything that may have been reused. But we're still going to start in the bedroom with Jasper, snoring, and Lokar. The smell of the dew is what pulls you out of your dream. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think he kind of shoots up in bed immediately, like as if he wants to act in his dream still. Before he realizes that he has woken up. Dream is over. And there is a lot of shock and realization on him. Looks around. And happy that no one's necessarily around. But he just this pressure on him. He can start to feel like the pain of the memory, as hard as it was back then. He has gotten better to deal with emotions, but this is still putting a lot on him, and I think he just tries to push through and find a place where he is somewhat further away from anyone and anything. I think that's what he's going to do first. He's still kind of in shock, but he's just trying to find a secluded place somewhere.
Okay, you're gonna go for a walk.
Mhm.
Okay. And just be alone with your thoughts to absorb them, or something more?
Well, I think he's kind of walking, and there is a feeling of maybe running, getting further away, and maybe not, and halfway he just kind of like falls to his knees, and kind of this pain is just bearing onto him. So difficult for him to think of anything else but this constant emotional pain, and kind of probably starts kind of feeling all kinds of emotions, and he might be able to. He tries his breathing exercises. He tries his kind of like punching around, kind of trying to convert, but it just doesn't really work. And especially the aspect of the giants inside of him kind of fueling this pain, pushing it, pushing on him, pushing it through the body, making it even harder than it already is. And I think he notices that as he can't continue to walk or get further away or get to a safer place for anyone, he kind of notices his control kind of slipping because he has not learned to deal with this much, and it's not working. And I think he's going to go into a rage, and so he's going to become big. I think if you allow, this time he's even becoming even bigger than normally. Because this is not the rage that normally uses, where he has controlled outbursts that he knows and with an emotion that he has learned to deal with. This is just all over the thing. And yeah, I think this is, yeah. And you can probably see like the the his body trying to get kind of releasing this pressure and kind of pulling further and further out, and like these cracks coming wider and wider, and like more stone kind of breaking out. And it looks more like now there's like certain places where there's like whole heaps of stone that kind of grown out over his skin, and it becomes more like squared in every aspect for the time being. Um, as maybe like he wasn't even prepared for it, and kind of the wall next to it kind of bends as he becomes big. And this he realizes the control he is going away, and he just is so worried that he's gonna like fucking destroy this place if he's not finding a way. And so he kind of tries to fuel all this energy he has right now into his anger, because he thinks he might be able to control that. And then it's his anger into his onto himself, and he's just going to like throw his head into the ground, kind of muffled screaming into the ground as he continuously like bashes his head in, trying to release pressure in any way possible without starting to tear things apart.
Oh, wow.
That's what he's doing.
Man, that's it. Headbutts the ground.
Mhm.
You can't be angry if you're unconscious.
Exactly. He's just very worried because it's not lost his control before, and he knows what he can do in that state. He does not want to have any of that happen.
Do any of us hear it?
It
It's a
is probably like at this size. Unless TM wants to say anything, but I think at this size, you probably even like feel a bit of like tremors when he
Is that an
like
earthquake?
kind of uses like full force into the ground. And
Let's
there is some
see.
muffled screaming.
We can do. I mean, it's a passive perception because you're not looking out for anything. It's like, do you notice? So you're all kind of just waking up at this. Karik, you're on the ground, so that is probably easier for you to. So I lower the passive perception of this, but Nissa, you're still sleeping on a pillow, so that's going to be pretty hard for you. And Aurora's nowhere near where this is happening. So I think let's say. We'll say that Karik is able to pick up on this tremor. Everyone else is off the ground or protected from the ground from the tremor. May hear like the jingling of glasses, perhaps on the table, but for you, Karik, you feel it as you're lying there.
Ooh.
I will make my way over there towards the sound.
You go to investigate to where this tremor happens.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You see Lokar doubled over, his rocky facade, even more jagged. This sort of shaking tension in his body. It's much larger than you expected him to be, but not necessarily because his skeleton is more like his actual full essence. He appears much larger. Something is not going the way that Loka wants it to go, and his expression on his face is full of twisted emotions that are difficult to read. Carry on, Pepper.
Yeah, I don't think he necessarily notices you. He just like keeps trying to bash his head, and it does seem like maybe for Karik it's hard to see, necessarily, but I think for Loka he does notice that it helps a little of kind of this continuous wave of pressure that kind of tries to like make him even bigger, but the body cannot get any bigger than this is. Um, and this continuous wave becoming more of instead of like continuous, it has like waves. When he bashes his head in, kind of wave stops and it comes again, and that kind of starts to help just a little, and maybe he becomes just the tiniest of fraction of smaller. But for now, he's just Karik should just see him keeping to bash his head into the ground, kind of creating a bigger and bigger hole somehow, or deeper hole, I guess.
I'll slowly start getting closer. And just be like, Lokar, are you okay?
Oh, dang.
He, I think he hears you, but he can't stop right now.
You said I can see you're getting like relief when you're able to stop the enlarge and go back down a little bit.
You mean like normally or right now?
Like right now, is that how I understood what you said a second ago?
I mean it's hard to see. I mean you have pretty good perception. I mean you can make like a perception check maybe, if the DM allows it. I think right now it's
this
hard
is
to
more
see.
like well, I mean, it's a question of what you want him to see.
Sure. I think what you can see, since you're really good at perceiving, I think you do notice that it is helping slightly, but whatever it's doing seems to also be not great for him necessarily, but like it seems to do
Yeah.
something, but probably not like necessarily enough. It's hard to tell. You don't even know what's really going on.
Lokar, I want to help you, but I don't know what to do.
There's a moment where he kind of has his head up, and he just says, before he punches his head in the ground again, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry," and he punches the head into the ground again.
Don't know what to do.
Sometimes just being there is all you need to do. Each time, Lokar, you do this, your feelings of anger. But the thing that Karik you pick up on is that he doesn't seem to be like talking to you. He appears to be talking to himself. Like something significant has happened that has made this this person that you know is a stoic, emotionless, well, not emotionless, but reduced emotion, perfectly confident person. It's diminished him to this state, to be overwhelmed by this wave of turmoil that is going on within him. You are aware of Lokar's predicament. He has shared it with you, and the effects that you get from like passively, you can infer that whatever has happened with Lokar is something so significant that has made him react so strongly to. The only thing you can recall from that could potentially do anything to your stoic friend would be something so significant to make him wish to shout out and physically manifest grief. Each slam of his head into the ground, and I don't know if tears falling.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like he tries to keep it all in anger because he
Mm-hmm.
knows how to control that best, but like constantly the emotions are like the pain is too strong. It kind of switches, and maybe for a moment he doesn't bash his head in, but has tears, or for a moment he like really laughs and loudly. And then
Mm.
again, it's back to that. It is kind of seems really out of control, but it keeps going back to the anger constantly to push his head back into the ground, keep him stationary.
About a minute of this slamming and these tremors, Lokar begins to, uh, unless you wish to re-rage.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think this is kind of at the time when it starts to he finally gets his this rhythm back with his head smashes and the pressure, kind of the pain is just what he knows. And at first he goes back to his normal size, his um large size for maybe the last like 10 seconds. And then just kind of and it's kind of funny because for the last 10 seconds he still punches in, but the hole in the ground is well way bigger than his head now. Um and then he goes back into his small form. And what you can see is that even though like this form changed back into small, there's still like some of these large sets of stone that has been grown that moment that seem to linger in certain spaces, kind of almost like a bit of armor, kind of something that has toughened him up weirdly. But yeah, he's still there, kind of his hands on the ground, kind of still, I think at this point, crying, realizing that the waves has kind of went to something that he can control. Not bashing his head in right now, at least.
You can see his fists are bloodied from the pounding of the ground and the impact that it brought back, and the cracks on his head, suffering that impact damage. And eventually Lokar settles to a state of I would say ambivalence of just having to endure. And Kark, you can see this. The large amount of emotional energy that was fueling Lokar just now seems to have dispersed. And he sits there on the ground. A wreck.
Just walk up to him and put my hand on his shoulder.
Kind of like reacts, but not how he usually reacts to touch. Kind of more like fear, maybe, as a reaction in for a moment. But I think he does realize he did hear you, and he does realize now that you're there. And I think he stops himself from kind of pulling back. You can do better now. Thanks for coming by, though.
Of course. Is this something you want to talk about, or I don't want to press it if you don't. I want to make sure you're okay.
You're really kind. It just bashed in my head for a minute. I think you're fair to ask. I... Sorry, I need to... Just a moment more. I think I finally broke through my nightmare. But I didn't make it any prettier. I kind of moves up from like kind of on his knees and hands over, kind of looking towards the ground. He kind of pushes himself up, kind of an actual sitting position, and kind of looks over to you.
I sit down next to you.
I now know what happened to my squad. I mean, I kind of knew, didn't I? Just not like that. You know, it was my fault. I mean,
It couldn't have been your fault, Lokar.
it's again like a moment where he can't. It's like this moment when like the throat's kind of clenching up because you're crying. You can't really. You don't want to speak up because you know it's gonna make it worse. So there's like again like maybe a moment of silence where he tries to swallow. I told them to stand, fight. I don't even know what. This is in for what? We fueled something down there. Something. It just lashed out to us like we're nothing but fodder. It's nothing one could have done. We could have just run. But we all knew it was bad. I knew it was bad. I wanted, I wanted this to work.
Lokar,
Yes.
you can't blame yourself.
Easier said than done, Karg. What if I should blame myself? You know?
And what good's gonna come from that?
Um, maybe I don't make a stupid decision again. Back then I was still had my emotions under control. And I guess didn't think clearly. So for bloody promotion of all things. That I told them to stand down. Promotion for what? To tear down, destroy Salone as we know it. Amazing. Even if we, I don't know, dealt with that, would have been a wrong decision. I should have known better. Karg, I should have known better. I hate this. They're all fucking torn apart, like made out of, I don't know, just blood. Fueling whatever fucked up thing we were meant to fuel. We all kind of knew. As time went on, we kind of knew this war wasn't right. Some of my squad definitely did. They were so good people. They know better. They all knew better. We couldn't back down, could we? Not the way we thought back then. And we made an oath. Follow through. To help Karg tell us free the world. Absolute. Bring justice or whatever fucking shit we told each other. We all knew. They probably didn't like that. No, then I just made them all get pulled in by that statue, and now I don't know. I don't know what happened to them. Really, outside of them getting torn apart, it might just be in torment or whatever, fueling whatever fucked up thing Callus wants to do to this world. Kind of punches into the ground. Sorry.
Okay.
You see him kind of try to make some breathing exercises for a moment. Sure, I'm hard to follow right now. I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize. Even Lokar is allowed to have feeling.
I wish it were that easy. I just wish I could. I wish I could just not have to deal with even more than it already is. You know, I don't hate feelings, Kari. I never did. Just needed to learn control them, because otherwise I do very bad things, you know? Very, very bad things. And I tried fucking 20 years to be able to be a normal fucking human being. But I don't know. Guess I'll never really be that.
No one can truly control their.
I'm aware. But if I don't do anything, then I mean, you saw it. This was 20 years of training, and all I could do was bash my head in.
I just pat him on the back and say, I don't want to speak for the others, but if you'll let me try to help you through this, I want to. I'm sure they will also, but I won't say anything if you don't want.
You all deserve to know. I miss my old squad. I miss, especially now, the moment I shared with them. But I also realized that the reason why didn't always start going big and killing people left and right with no right or wrong is because of them. Because they were there, helping me. And maybe this is as far as I can go on my own. I don't know. I hate burdening anyone else. Again, I know, because I know what I can do, what I have done. You all don't know. And it's probably better you don't. Because it's not pretty.
Well, listen, I know what I know, and I know that you are not a burden by any stretch of the word. So stop thinking like that. And I stand up and I put my hand out to help you get up.
Kind of, one almost makes like fists, his hands into fists. Breathes out again, trying to get his breathing in to reduce his emotion, and he will grab your hand to be pulled up.
When you do
We'll
grab
say-
my hand, I pump a guidance into you just so you get a nice warm fuzzy.
Looks at you. I know that you guys think like that. But I was this close from tearing this place down. This fucking close. Not the first time I destroyed a lot of things because of my emotions. Just don't think that I. Just be wary, okay? I don't know if I can always do that. What I did today. I mean, I hope I hope it doesn't get worse
No.
than this. But
Don't worry about it. You got this.
great.
Let's go find some breakfast. What do you say?
Yeah. Sure. Sounds like something we can do.
And the scene concludes with Karg helping Lokar to his feet. And we will skip over the laziness for the time being. And we will shift our attention to a location in the estate where just let me fix that. There's no Genasi out at the moment.
Where
We
do
find
they all go in the mornings.
Aurora. The before the crack of dawn, you slip out of the guest accommodations with Silver Song, and you go to the known training room where you have spent many an hour of your life. The estate is somewhat quiet. There is some murmurings and some clatterings of utensils within the kitchen still, this early. And you can, as you perform some routines, the smells of fresh breads are, present. At least as the only other smell other than the sweat that you are building up. Is there anything you do beyond your training regimen?
So Aurora has set up a bunch of dummies, and she is going around trying to hit them over and over as she races around in kind of like a semicircle with her daggers, and then picking up the greatsword, the lasso, and then trying to match the swinging motions. But every time she does, her shoulder just flares up, and she can't get the full swing through the dummy. So it's kind of this repeating motion as she's trying to build the strength to swing the great sword, and also doing these flicking motions with the dagger. And one of those doesn't match up, so she is drenched in sweat, and after probably about 30 or 40 minutes, is just visibly exhausted, and her own frustration kind of builds up, and you probably about the time that dawn breaks and everything, there are the sounds of fire igniting, those little flash fires, as she has swapped to tossing the molten star around and trying to bring Silver Song up in her offhand. Both of which she can ignite fire from. So she is covered in sweat. She is covered in soot. She is just half blackened at this point, after about an hour, is constantly trying to ignite the runes on the sword. Obviously, she can't.
Hmm.
And after a certain point, she's kind of sitting in the middle, just a literal pool of water and ash in the middle of the training room.
Okay. You are doing this because you wish to refresh your muscles memory about what you might be training on if and when Vondor shows up.
Mhm.
So let's do a couple of rolls here because they will influence what will happen later as a sort of training refresher. So can you please roll an athletics? Yeah, go ahead.
I think I'd use my channel divinity for it.
There'll be several rolls. This is not necessarily a tool thing. This is more just like a precursor. You, let's say channel divinity is for like a thing that you actively want to do, where this is more like just it's not
So my
something
channel
you're.
divinity lasts 10 minutes, if that.
Yeah, you
It's
this isn't something for that really. This is more how well your muscles and body you remember your training regimen. This isn't something that you actively really know you're doing. This is more of a setup for later, which you might want to use your channel divinity for later. So let's just do the rolls as your stats are. Wow, okay. Eager in the morning. Can you do a history for me? As you remember certain things about it. Okay. Okay.
Ooh,
Interesting.
that tracks.
Uh-huh.
she has not been keeping up.
I have not been keeping up with my disciplines. No.
Well, this is not in the truest sense of history. This is more about recalling your training. Do you remember your training? In the aspects that you should have remembered. It's been a while, so I guess that tracks. And can you also roll it's a dexterity check in the form of like how quick you are, in the form of like an initiative. Okay. Good to know. As you are performing these actions, the muscle memory of how to swing things is still with you. You have been through many trials recently that required you to engage your your muscles and such. So that's fine. The steps that you've taken, you know you've made some mistakes. The order of how to do things that you remember training, like that's kind of been almost replaced by your fluidity of movements in order to be around a moving battlefield. They're not stationary. The battleground itself isn't a set of dummies, and dummies don't fight back. So you make up a new routine. But you seem to be able to control yourself in a state that you feel like, even though you haven't kept up your regimen, other training perhaps has given you the speed of movement to keep going and attack the dummies with a different approach. All of this is happening. And you work up that sweat to the point where your shift or your linen shirt is damp. And as the dawn breaks, as the light pours in over the walls and into the room, you hear a crash. Almost like a thunder that hits the ground, and you feel like a tremor. This is not the tremor from the garden, but somewhere closer. Somewhere
Okay.
in the estate. In the manor house.
From which direction did it pick?
Northwest.
Yeah, that is a very son of a bitch. And she grabs what weapons she can and races down the hall.
Yeah, you're holding whatever weapon you have, and you can see to the north of where you are, coming out of the door down the corridor, a kind of like a gas, like a thin, foggy gas.
Oh no.
Yeah, there will be.
I know, right?
People are gonna be like, "What the hell?"
What the hell? One sec. Do this and that and.
These guests be messing around.
What's going on around here? Oh, just realized that there's just darkness on the screen. Whoop. You venture forward.
I guess look around. Is it still making noise? Or where was this gas coming from?
From the library.
Huh?
The place that, you were taken.
I didn't.
And as you approach the door, you are able to see through, and you see a pulsating ball of light steaming. And in a fetal position on the ground, a familiar face lies there.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go ahead and scabbard the blade and go on in. Mag, I swear to fuck, if you're not dead. Kind of look at the ritual circle and not sure if I should touch that.
It disperses after a minute or so. And you see. What do you see? What does Aurora see, Magram?
Grim returns changed, as if Elysium itself left its mark. His eyes now glow a soft, steady gold, filled with distant light. His hair has turned pure white, falling past his shoulders in gentle waves. A full flowing beard now frames his face, parted at the chin, a prophet's beard. The arcane green runes that once crawled across his skin now shimmer with golden radiance, glowing like divine script etched by purpose. If you reach closer, you will perceive that he no longer smells like Magrum. Instead, and for the rest of everyone, every person will sense something different. Their favorite scent, drawn from memory or comfort, as he carries a piece of home for everyone but himself. He appears to be on all of his fours on the floor, gasping.
Hey, Magrum. Kind of nudge him with my boot before I lean down. Hello? Anyone there? You hit your head?
The end is never the end is never the end is never the end is never the end is it's not is never the end it's never the end. He appears to be muttering the same phrase.
And that's a slap.
The end is never the end is never the end is never the end. Go away from me. He crawls away from you towards the nearby wall.
He kind of looks up and just be like, "Oh, okay." He got high on magic. That's the only thing I can.
You can see as Magrum crawls away and puts his back up against one of the columns in this wizard's library, that a transformation has occurred, clearly, as Magrum has already explained. You can see he in one of his hands he has his fists clench, as if he's holding something. And his past clothes that he left with aren't there. That typical blue cape is not there. He has a distant look in his eyes as is moving left and right with this golden glow, as if overly exerted oneself and trying to regain some sense of control. The symbols on his skin that only show up at night at this point are still showing, but change color from that green to the gold. He, beyond this, he looks impeccably nourished. His skin is vibrant and clean, like he's gone through some sort of massive deep cleanse. The hair is healthy and glossy and glowing. His muscles and like past wounds and bruises that you've seen on him no longer are there. For all intents and purposes, you are looking at the epitome of what a completely restored person would look like. And beyond that step.
I walk up to him and like crouch down, kind of look into his eyes. Obviously, he's still like muttering to himself. And I didn't bring any medical supplies when I went to training, Mag. Hello.
There's not enough medicine to heal the wounds of the creation upon this material plane.
I have no idea what the fuck you just said.
This would have happened after like Kark and Lokar were walking towards. You would have felt the tremors and heard some sort of noise coming from the manor. To like, you could have, heard it to come running.
Run. What was that?
Do we all run?
Yeah, if you're up and you see Lokar and
She would be.
We're on our
She's
way
like,
to
okay.
breakfast. We got interrupted.
Let's say you
So
all
good.
converge. Convergence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
It's the episode name happened.
I will teleport you guys since you're so far away.
Yay, thank you.
Okay.
Boop.
Where
I'm
is it
blind.
though?
Oh,
Ah.
you're,
There it is.
you're in the bathroom, Nissa, but that's cool.
I'm in the
Um,
In the bathroom.
in the
Okay.
toilet.
isn't that fitting? Oh, my hair.
Quick, what's going on?
Okay,
Check my
I
makeup.
found you.
And yeah, you all kind of appear at the doorway where you see Aurora crouched down looking at a Magrum. And that is slightly
I think I
different.
got my I got my hands on like his head right now. I'm like trying to tilt him, like see if there's any physical damage. It's like, how the fuck is he so pretty?
There is no
I'm
physical
really-
damage whatsoever. He is like pristinely restored.
I'm really sorry about Carrick and Lokar, but Nisa's gonna push past them so fast.
Yeah, no, I think
Understandably.
especially, I think Loka actually is gonna like stand in the doorway the moment he sees Magrum or something that resembles Magrum in the distance. So Kari probably also pushes past him, unless he wants to stay.
She's gonna go, Magrum! Magrum, is that him? Is he back?
I don't know. I mean, it acts like him. He's made 2 stupid jokes already.
Magrum? What?
There is endless suffering. How does anyone live here? I don't understand. It's never ending. The end is never the end.
See,
Why?
this is what I
Why
said
does
about
it
him.
smell? Why does it smell like a bonfire and honey? Do you smell it?
No, I only smell cinnamon.
Oh, weird. Hey,
Is he Benny? Are you Benny?
am I?
Yeah, very
Really?
very rough doctor. Like knocks off the back of his hood, looks to see if he's on fire.
You only see a much longer head of hair. That is white.
But you're so old now.
He's changed, but are you sure it's him or not? Like, did they send somebody else back? Magrim, it's me. It's Nissa. And she's gonna grab his hand and touch his face. Magrim?
Nissa,
Yeah.
it's been so long. How much time has passed? Here. For you.
Man,
Just one day, Magrim.
Oh. Well, I
How
seen
long?
the sun. I think I've seen the sun dawn at least 10 times and the stars 11. Or maybe 12. Yet the days did not feel like days, more like months or years.
So it's been far long for you.
I saw a paradox of creation and it unmade me. So I am here now. I reached the river, but it did not let me pass. I could not. I didn't. I'm sorry.
Which river? What is he talking about? And she's gonna turn to Aurora. Like, do you know what he's talking about?
no.
Aurora, you're no help.
No shit. Look, I don't understand a single fucking thing about his planar teleportation bullshit. That's kind of more Karek's territory.
Misa turns to Carrick expectantly.
It doesn't make.
Wait.
I don't think it makes any sense to me either.
Wait,
Oh,
Carrick. Miss Carrick.
Mhm.
And as he like says the name, he points his finger at the person he's talking to. Miss Carrick. Aurora. Aurora.
Oh, hells.
If you say my name wrong again,
Aurora.
Oh, hells. He's not doing good.
you see it like
Um.
Aurora visibly suppresses the eye twitch.
Um. Lokar. Lokar. Lokar.
Somebody bring him in.
Right.
Lokar's here. He's in the hallway watching the door.
Okay. The songs. Oh, it makes sense now. Why I made them. Okay. I. Can I have some water? Please. I.
Hand in my water.
Has a story to tell.
Yeah, we're gonna give
He
him our water skins. Yeah.
he gulps a whole water skin.
Yeah, Megan, this water tastes absolutely foul.
It's sewer
How do you?
water.
How,
Spoiler.
this. Okay. Well, guess I'll. You could. Okay. Anyway. Okay. So I arrived in. Well, in the plane of Elysium. The plane of Elysium consists of 4 levels. I arrived the first one. To reach higher towards the gods, I needed to cross through a river ocean, I suppose. And I did my best to reach it. On my way, I met a lot of creatures, and I was healed of my wounds. I met so many people, and I met my parents. They were so happy. I was happy with them. I almost forgot why I went there. That's why I take the talks to try to remember names, places, people, myself. When you're there, you're happy. Injury, pain is not a thing. Now I understand why planar travelers avoid that place. It's not because it's dangerous, it's because you don't want to leave. If you want food, food appears. If you want water, the most refreshing water will be in your grasp. If you want conversation, a person with knowledge will appear. And you ask him for directions, and you try to follow those directions. And you, as you're traveling, you've kind of forgot why you even asked in the first place, where you're going, why, and then trying to remember again, and then I reached it. I got to the river, and I was met with the thing, the guardian of it. It spoke to me. That it did. It said that I carry mortal breath, and that this place does not belong to the living. That I am marked for purpose, not reward. I pleaded as much as I could that I must talk to the gods about our cause, the corruption and everything. But it just told me to return, that I must still bleed before it swallowed me. And I was here with feelings of pain and my back killing me again. Ah, and that place are completely different. I'll need to be better prepared. I suppose this was a parting gift from Guardian of the River. He will unclench his fist, revealing the item within.
You see a delicate, iridescent object in his hand, shaped like a translucent wing of what can only be described as some celestial bee, forged from crystallized light. Its opalescence is so the surface shimmers with ever-changing hues of rose gold, aquamarine, and starlight violet. The wing is veined with fine silver tracery, converging at its base into a subtle honeycomb sigil that pulses faintly.
Do any of us recognize what it is, or
No. It is very, very pretty, though.
ooh, shiny.
It is.
Magpie mode activated.
If you're curious about what it is, from a meta perspective, you can look up on Magrim's character sheet.
Okay.
On it.
So suppose I suppose I failed the overall mission, but I learned much.
And-
I
And you're
learned
back.
much. I am. I am back. Yes, I think. Yeah, I am. Hi, everyone. Sorry for leaving you all. I guess I didn't really have a proper goodbye with all of you.
You left us a will, along with a bunch of other documents. If you weren't feeling so shitty, I would be beating the shit out of you right now. So, turns to Nisa, I'll leave
Oh.
it to you.
I mean, Aurora, you can try, but I feel like you would just be giving me a back massage with those noodle arms. But I'm glad that you kept the documents at least. Oh shit, you saw it. Saw it in full, didn't you? Oh. He kind of pinches his eyes.
The amount that I want to light you on fire right now is far too high, so I am going to go back to my training. I'll eat breakfast. Whatever sounds like a better idea when I get over there.
Whatever you do, Aurora, just don't eat the cheese.
Why would I eat the cheese? Do you still want the cheese?
No, just don't. Don't even smell it.
You're addicted to the cheese, aren't you?
Yeah. A
It's
lot has been going on.
Did we suddenly become enemies with the Cheese Lords? Don't tell me we've become enemies with the Cheese Lords.
Oh, I
okay.
missed you
You
so
look a
much.
little troubled.
I think you can see he definitely looks different. Not as much Magrum as he's just seen, but he has this weird kind of stone has like overgrown at certain places that he did not have before. He seems a bit angry, but that's not typically abnormal necessarily. And he regards you. Seems like you had enough of Magrum for now.
I can only take him in small doses.
As
Give him a couple of hours, see if
okay.
he's out of it or not. You'll have to get breakfast.
I gave you the space for it, but you see, just as you do that, the chef, the head chef, Midarel, is like with an apron and flour in her hands and now on her face, with a rolling pin, a heavy rolling pin in her hand. She is running up the hallway, like saying, "What happened? What happened? What's going on? Is the Baron tinkering with things that he shouldn't be tinkering with again? Oh, light help us! If the Baron's back tinkering, what's going on? Is everyone all right? Is the Baron all right?"
I have not seen the Baron, Miss Maida. But no, I do not believe there was any foul magic here. Everyone is all right.
She like looks over your head into the room and sees a couple of people on the other side. It's like, and then she like breathes out a little bit and says, "Have you been playing with the master's toys, Miss Aurora?"
Absolutely not. I have not done any such thing.
She like looks over your head and then down to you again and says, "What are you all doing in there? Causing a mess, no doubt. Maybe Maester Lin needs to hear about this."
The Baron wanted.
You see Aurora lean very close to her. And what exactly would you want to tell Mr. Linné? Something positive, I hope.
She looks down at you and then looks over your head and says, "You're not supposed to be playing around in the Master's affairs. I'm sure Maester Lin wouldn't want you in there anyway."
Unless the Baron has explicitly said he wanted Magrum to sort his shit.
Not whilst he slept. He would want to be there for sure. And you can see that she's like stepping a little bit like away, like knowing the direction that she wants to go.
Miss Maida, if you dishonor me, you will not like the consequences.
She shoots you a look like she almost doesn't believe what you just said. He goes, "Sorry." Roll a intimidation or persuasion.
Mirror.
Can I support? So I also set stuff.
I can add it. Well, let's inspiration roll that first, I think. Is that with advantage again, or just a regular d20?
Looker is sort of there, I suppose. suppose saying two different things though, but it's more for you, I think, because you said the words like you wouldn't. You're pulling on your position, right, as
A little bit, yeah.
a noble. So let's just do with Aurora's persuasion.
So is that a pass, or do I need to reroll?
Well, if you're using inspiration, you just roll again.
Yeah, I think Aurora has advantage on persuasion, naturally.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's a little better, and I feel more comfortable adding a d6. So that's about 15.
She looks at you like almost astonished about what you said, looks towards the door to the northeast, and then looks back to you and says, "No, I suppose not. Look,
Huh.
the Baron will be very upset if you don't get out of there as soon as possible, and I wouldn't want you to get in any trouble, miss."
Thank you, Miss Maiden. I will personally go to Miss Lene and inform her now. Please return to your duties.
She looks a little flustered, and as much as a Goliath can get, sort of rosy cheeks on her, she looks once more into the room and says, see that you clean up after yourselves quick. Apologies." And she will go, looking over her shoulder, back with a little cloud of flour following her.
You heard the chef. Get out of there.
I can pull them out.
You pull them out by their ears one by one.
Come on, guys, let's go get breakfast.
I will go and
Okay.
inform the.
Magrum, do I have a book for you?
Need
Oh
to
my god, I
move.
can move. Oh, I'm outside.
Oh, look, she's right there.
We
I
need to
thought-
move. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I just couldn't see my token for a moment.
Yeah, you actually open up those doors, Aurora, and Maester Lynn is like walking there. She's like in a robe, but it's proper. It's almost like it could be a dress. It's well, let's say, ironed and starched, and she doesn't have a pleased look on her face. Her hair is not done. And she looks fairly upset, but with a look of concern. And as you open the door, and you almost like bump into each other as she like walks in, she goes, "Ah, Aurora, I heard
Miss Lene.
the noise, felt a noise rather. What is going on so early in the morning?"
Yes, I was coming to inform you. There was a type of magical event in the library. I do not know the details, but there is no harm or damage to the library that I could tell.
The library. Was it the Baron again?
No, ma'am. I believe he is still asleep.
She looks to the north, and you can see like it's very obviously the Baron's room with the double doors leading to the master bedroom, which you've been in once or twice before when you were being naughty. He says, Maester says, "I'm sure he would be most interested no matter the event. If it was, I believe he must have come from the library, or at least his workroom."
I believe it is the library with absolute clarity, Miss Lene. But if you wish to speak with the Baron immediately, I can assist you.
Maester Lynn tightens her robe even tighter and says, "I'm sure the Baron would like to hear this. Yes, come." And she takes your arm and like recoils a little bit by how sweaty you are, and pulls your forearm a little bit. Her hand slips on your forearm as she pulls you along to the room. The rest
Jeez,
of
I've
you.
been up to hold on.
Rest of you go to the dining hall. Sure, I would put Magram in there too. And she knocks on the door. And what the hell's going on here with this lighting situation? Hold on. I screwed up.
I can see past the doors.
No, that's impossible. Oh, I haven't done it properly. This is meant to be like this and meant to be like this. There we go. And now
Oh,
you can
no.
see. And now you can see. She knocks on the door and says, "Baron, are you dressed?" And the Baron doesn't respond, but she opens the door anyway. And she
Presentable.
she walks in with you, and the Baron is like out cold and still sleeping. The thing that you noticed first is the noise, the sound, this deep snoring. Sounds like a cement truck grinding gravel. And
Now I know why he has no children. God damn.
and Maester says, "Baron!" And it's like,
Aurora immediately puts her hand upon her eyes.
indeed, like the sheets fall down. They're light sheets, and it's very clear he doesn't wear anything to bed. And his orange chest hair is visible in that sort of reverse flame motif. And his hair is all wild, and he goes, "What's going on, Mr. Lin? Am I still dreaming? No, this is not the dream I want." And he pinches himself. Wait. What's going on? What are you doing in my bedroom, Master Lin? And Maester Lin like pushes you forward with her hand on the small of your back, and you step forward a little bit, and she goes, "Here, take a shower."
Completely lied. Ah, my lord. A moment ago, there was some sort of magical event in the library. No one was harmed, and I don't believe there was any damage to the library itself. But it was interesting. And I believe that your interest in Magram may be rewarded as he has returned.
He's back! The boy is back already! I knew he'd come back! And he like scrambles like a 5-year-old on Christmas Day out of the bed, and the sheets get tangled in his like legs, and he flops onto the ground, like with the sheets falling on top of him as he's like scrambling towards here, and he eventually manages to untangle himself from the sheets somehow. Avoiding all exposure to himself as like the physics of the sheet sort of fall in front of the necessary parts to keep not visible, and he
There's an invisible mage hand assisting.
if I was going for more like the Austin Powers sort of scene where like some reason there's something in the way to see any nudity.
Always.
And he goes behind a screen, and you hear like 2 doors open and a rustling of clothes, and he says, come, show me where the boy is." And
Miss Linnae, is he decent?
Maester Lin was like, looks to the Baron and goes, "Oh, this boy," and says to the Baron, Baron Gustav Wienesteid." And the Baron is like all excited and then stops and then looks to Maester Lin and goes, Right, appearances. And he straightens his robe and goes over to a mirror and does his hair with like spitting in his hands and like slicking it back. And you hear a couple of, ablutionary things, and then he comes back to you and goes, "Now I'm ready to meet your guest and the boy who has left but come back. So take me to him, and let's go via the library. I need to double check a few things. If you're saying there has been a magical event there, that has piqued my curiosity too. So if you would be so kind, lead the way, Aurora, and forget what you saw here this morning, okay?"
I did not see anything upon opening this door, my lord.
Very good. Maester Lin, that'll be all. And Maester Lin just like turns around very uppity and struts out, not waiting for any sort of dismissal. And you and the good Baron Gustav visit the library once more. Meanwhile, in the did I remember? It's still very, very early, so it's only like the beginnings of breakfasts. But you have a moment here where you are alone.
I think Oka's not really going in eye contact with Magrim right now. He's kind of looking towards the breakfast.
Mhm.
Kind of maybe also checking, sometimes moving across the skin has kind of changed. Kind of feels unnatural right now to him. And yeah.
There's things like from the desert laid out on the table. There's some peeled cactus fruit that is, slimy yet refreshing, and a few fruits. There's oranges and lemons from the orchard, and some very deep purple plums. The head chef comes out as you all pile into the room and sets on the table the first few rolls of fresh, warm, baked bread, and looks to you all with her flowery apron and gives you all the whole sort of like matronly glare, like looking at each one of you shifty like, before not saying anything and returning to the kitchen.
The wizard just holds his head in his arms as he is just sitting at the table, covering his eyes and forehead, just kind of to himself. He's just still trying to gain consciousness fully.
Mary, maybe you should eat something?
I think I'm good. Thanks.
Or drink?
No, thank you. I am so sorry, everyone. I should have been more prepared.
Listen to me. So she's gonna grab his face between her hands and kind of look him in the eyes intently. And she's gonna go, "You couldn't have known, okay? There's nothing to be sorry for. You tried. You went there and you came back. It was much more than we originally expected. Do you remember what you told me before you left?"
That I will honor your request and not wake you up in the morning. And now I regret doing that. I wish I did, so I could see you once more. Everyone. Really. What was that really the last thing that I said?
Yeah. But I'm glad that you did it.
Why? Everyone seems to be upset.
They're not upset at you. Right?
Anyway, well, it, there's a lot that happened for me and only a day for you. So I guess, how was your day?
Honestly, it felt like a century.
Oh, Mecca will put his arm around Mrs. shoulders.
I missed you so much, and I'm so glad that you're okay, but we do need to talk about that beard.
Oh, a unicorn gave it to me. Did you like it?
A what?
You know, like a horse with a horn. It asked me. Well, I was traveling through a thick forest, and it asked me for directions to a hairdresser. I told him I only have seen a barber that way, and it told me, well, why don't we go together? And it gave me this beard of like a very old wizard, you know, like down to my knees. The most that the magical barber was able to remove was only this much. When I tried to cut it again, it just kept going back to this length. Maybe in this land, I'll be able to, you know, change it. Who knows?
That's actually the most ridiculous thing I've heard in my life, and I've heard my share.
Well, there's a lot of things that I'm still picking up together. There's a lot that happened. I'm glad you're okay, though. I'm sorry for leaving you and everyone.
It's good. Now that you're back, it's all good. But anyways, as I was saying, and she turns to the rest of them, to Carrick and Lokar, and goes, um, some, well, I guess that you told me more than you told the others, and that's understandable, I guess. But I think maybe there are some unsaid things and feelings that maybe we should be talking about, right?
Um,
Guys, please say something.
Sorry,
I'm
Nissa, you're meeting me on a bad day.
I'm glad
Oh,
you're
I,
back. Truly.
I can see that. I can see that you're having a bad day. I'm sorry about that. If I don't think you really want to talk about it, because you usually don't, but if you do,
Well, let's
I am
talk
here to
about
listen.
Magrib's 5-year experience, right? So you come back with nothing, is that correct?
well, a couple of things. Some knowledge about how the planes work, and well, the original mission that I went there for was not reached. However, I now know mostly what I need to get for it to succeed. Firstly, banishing myself is now a new skill that I unlocked. So I can do it now.
Do you want to
You
go
can do it
back?
again.
Oh no, not now.
Magrim, just so you know, you used the banishment scroll in the library. It's not something you copied.
Okay, well, that's fair. Retract that. Imagine I didn't say anything.
I think Lokan is gonna say then. So, what's your plan now? Since
Well,
you didn't get the help you wanted. Just a beard.
well, and longer hair. But I believe the new thing that we need to do is, well, I know it sounds boring, but we gotta read and
Speaking of,
get to the city of doors, get to the portal, get somewhere.
when he says we need to read, I pull out the codex, slide it across
Whoo,
the table
boom.
toward him.
It's a very thick book. The
The table
plates.
shakes.
Yeah. There's tremors. It wakes up the staff. Indeed.
Mag, I need your help understanding this.
Is it in a language you don't know? I can
No,
read it for you.
I can read it. It's a lot. This is like the history of my people, and it talks about the same things you're talking about. Gates and portals, other planes.
Uh-huh.
I
Okay.
need help making sense of it.
Well, what have you read so far? Can you pass me the book if you will? As I imagine Carrick tries to talk, Nagger will flip through the pages at an alarming rate.
It talks about rituals and our shells are keys to these gates, and it's like a resonance, and it's a lot, and it doesn't make sense. I want to make sense of it.
Oh, okay, Carrick. One at a time. One at a time. Rituals. I see rituals. It can make you blind. Fascinating.
Blind.
Best one. Yeah, but it can make you see in the dark. That would be helpful, wouldn't it?
Not for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Keys. Yes. So, alignment. Were you taught anything in your tribe for about aligning yourself with the stars? Anything?
Not that I am aware of. I don't remember this kind of stuff at all. This is all new to me. I mean, we learned about the stars and how to use them to navigate and what they meant,
Uh-huh.
but I don't. Is that what you mean by aligning?
Well, you see, it speaks here about dialing your shell, right?
That's completely new to me. There is nothing about that in the tribe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's a reason for that as well.
God, that's a lot. Okay.
It says that
And
our history was broken, fractured. I'm wondering if maybe my tribe had that history just lost to them. I don't know.
well, if that was your tribe, then that means that there are others around as well. Have your elders or like other turtles talked about other tribes that you may have visited? I mean, it speaks about coastal ones looking into water. That's kind of mean that there's some underwater turtles living, right?
I mean, we knew that there were other tribes, but we've never met any of them. At least not in my life.
Okay. And you know their locations?
I do not.
And then who does?
Sorry, just don't mean to cut in here, but something that you would pick up on, Mag, is in the very first part of this book, there is a reference to a year when it could have been written, or like when it was inserted. And the year date to you is a year during the Essence Wars. The Essence Wars, since you're aware of the history, were over 2,000 years ago.
Okay, Carrick. So what you're telling me is that we found a relic of the past of your people that no longer remember their past.
At least my tribe, yes. As far as I know, they had nothing. They didn't know anything about this. If they did, they kept it secret.
Mm-hmm. Well, congratulations. This is a great find for you, your people, and you see how it's here. It said that it can be continued. Well, I believe it can only be continued with a turtle claw. So I advise you to write a new date, a new entry, and keep writing, my friend. I am glad that you seek help from me. I will give it to you as much as I can, but to become a true scholar, you need to also write things out yourself and see how your theory applies to practice. So, before I can give you my understanding of all of this, uh, can perhaps you give me your thoughts? Let's start with the whole alignment with the portals and these things that are written. You see the symbols and the thing underneath, like the little paragraph for them?
Yeah.
What do you think about this?
I think this is if we find one of these gateways, I have to do this ritual and say the thing will tune that gateway to go to a certain place, possibly, but I don't know where. I don't know what the symbol means.
Okay, okay. Well, yes, I do believe you are right. Imagine, uh, you know how in Gers, some street corners is like names of them, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, so these symbols and these lines are basically giving us like the address to that place of how to get there if we are next to a gate. You align yourself as it is stated in this ritual, and you go to one of these places listed. I imagine you can go to others. Uh, okay, let's try the first one. You see the one that's the lock?
So we
That's written
will
here.
just like shift the attention for a second as
Mhm,
you're
mhm.
like a a teacher
Nerding
looking
out.
over some work. Like, yeah, Magram and Logar continue to look at this book as Aurora appears in the room once more.
The Baron will be here momentarily. Magram, be ready.
I am Magram. I'm not ready.
That is unfortunate because
He's back.
time demands. Is
What
he
kind of
back to himself yet?
More than before.
Wonderful. I can't
kind
really
of-
stall for time more.
loudly finishes the drink he had by slamming on a table. And then he stands up and he says, "Yeah, he's back to normal." And he walks out. I'm sure you guys can handle the Baron without me.
Yeah, right.
Look, are you?
And he's one.
Yep, he's just kind of does not necessarily answer to that.
Yeah, yeah. She just
And-
Quietly say
sighs.
I'll quietly say to the three in the room with me, he's having a rough morning. I don't want to press it. I'm sure he'll want to talk about it after it's cooled off. But
Do you know what happened, Carrick? Because, I mean, I'm not insanely clever, but I know enough to be sure that whenever something happens to us, it affects everybody.
don't want to give more than. I don't want to tell it for him. I want him to be able to tell it when he's ready. But it had to
That's
do with
okay.
his. It had to do with his dream.
Oh. Oh, hells. Well, that's not
Heavens.
good.
He's much better now than he was this morning. We just need to give him time.
Okay.
Maybe he'll find the god.
You can hear coming from far away down the corridor. Further into the manor itself, he says, the voice of the Baron says, "Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is the boy?"
This way, my lord.
I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. Don't go in there just yet. I've locked the library now. Just make sure it stays that way for the time being. But where's the boy? And he appears at the door and he goes, "There he is, the man who is going to save me a lot of money. Welcome back. You weren't gone very long at all, just like you said. And now you're here. Welcome back."
Dawn to you, Mr. Baron. I apologize if you find any feathers in your library.
Feathers? Feathers? I mean, feathers! Sure, what can a feather do? But is it a priceless feather? Did you find the feather that I paid for a long time ago?
You can keep them. They're probably something to do with Celestials, so
Celestial.
if you'd like, you could sell them.
Celestial feathers? In my library? Oh, I didn't see any right away. I must have missed him. I go! And he immediately storms out of the room.
Sir,
My lord, I must insist that you speak with Magnum and get this out of the way.
What? What am I missing? And he says, "What? My butt's not showing, right?"
No, my lord. No, it's not.
What?
Ooh.
Tell me. What's going on? Tell me. What can the Baron Widerstein do for you? Are you hungry? No, you have food. But what's going on? Tell me.
I'm gonna step aside.
Okay. The Baron is looking around the room, gesturing wildly, waiting for someone to tell him what he's missed.
Thought he said he wanted to talk.
Yeah, that's what I was thought. He so desperately wanted to talk to Magrum.
Yes, and he just talked to Magrum, of which Magrum
That's all he
said...
wanted.
He's like, he's welcoming him back, but then Magrum said there could be celestial feathers he could sell in his library, so he's just about to leave. To go find them. No, nothing! Okay, feathers it is! And he goes out the door again.
Miss Linnea is so much better at controlling him.
Can I do an
Well.
insight check to see if I sense any malicious intent from him? No, never mind. Never mind.
Malicious?
Never mind.
Never.
Never mind.
You seem to be rather trusting today, Karik.
Yeah. I'm cool with it. It's fine. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, probably.
Anyways.
There's probably feathers in the library.
Nothing to be worried about.
Anyway, yeah. Oh, my head. Do you guys have any wine? I guess. Or is this okay? I see. I see. There's one here. Go on, let me try it. Oh. I will get up and try to get some air.
Sure. You can certainly open a window. Boop. As you walk over and breathe in the scent of the desert, wafting from the west. And at that point in time, as you're like trying to get your bearings together once more, firstly, like the smell of this desert air, although sweet to everyone as it like wafts into the room, there's a pleasing kind of smell. Margaret, this is like almost like there is manure outside the window. But nevertheless, throughout the manor house, a familiar gong sound is heard that echoes around the hallways. And in the distance, there is some openings and closings of some doors, some shuffling. And Lokar, you are, sitting, sulking in the sitting room. And the shuffling of feet of water genasi come out through the archway to the east that you can see. And they almost, as they approach the areas that they'll be working, they almost look slightly, not robotic, but like almost like they're following a set routine, as well as looking a little weak. But they go about their day with buckets and mops and brushes, and as they see you in the sitting room, they nod and say, "May you find waters this day."
He just gives them look. Look, almost unintentionally, but like it's a reaction.
Mm-hmm. You're doing the big sulk.
He feels a bit frustrated right now.
Mm-hmm.
Understandable.
Indeed. Okay. Also, we have one of the twins shows up in the dining room this day. This morning, and as Lyri enters, her face is a little bit withdrawn, but she's wearing impeccably ironed clothing, and looks to the room and says, "May you find waters this day," and gives almost like an engaging look to you, Aurora, before putting her eyes down to the floor and goes about cleaning anything that needs to be cleaned, like Loker's plate or something.
Oh, there you are. As she like walks by me. I will need your services today if you would follow me. And your sister as well.
Lyri looks to you, turns and has her head already lowered, and says, "Yes, mistress."
Sorry, Lyri, is that your name? Sorry, I didn't catch it.
Lyri turns to you and goes, "Yes, miss. My name is Lyri. May you find watches this morning."
You too. Lyri, how are you doing?
She looks at you and says, "Is there something you need, miss?"
I need to know how you're doing.
My heart flows with the question. My water is yours. I must continue my duties.
Lyri, where do you guys sleep?
Lyri looks to you and says, "I mustn't be late." And she continues cleaning up the dishes and looks to want to carry them out.
Miss Leary, you are under my charge today, and I did not tell you to place the dishes.
She takes a
Please
step
return
back,
them.
goes, oh, forgive me, miss. Forgive me. I am without water. I am without water. And she puts the dishes back onto the table, shaking slightly, and steps back and goes, "Forgive me, forgive me."
What the fuck?
Well, butter my butt and call me a biscuit. Some she mumbles this under her breath.
I get a second. What the fuck?
What I do to Claire?
I leave for one day, and you already start spouting grandma's phrases. Nice.
Okay, back in the scene.
We're
No.
gonna.
Back in the scene.
I'm not taking this back. Like she says that under her breath and then turns to Aurora, looking at her like, "What? Do you know what's going on?"
I will walk up to Leary as she like stumbles away and like
She steps back away from you, ensuring that there is a distance between you two.
Leary, what is wrong?
Nothing's wrong, miss. Everything is fine.
You will not lie to me, Leary.
She looks at you. Make a perception check. As she looks up to you, there's a conflicting scene going on here, especially with someone that you know so well. You can easily gauge from this check that she's not really herself. That much is evident. To her manner is diminished from her boisterous personality. Her constitution, shall we say, seems to be like you're used to seeing Leary with, vibrant, glistening skin and almost like moisturized and full lips. And this Leary looks a little withdrawn. However, when she looks up to you, you can see a little fierce, like a fierceness behind her eyes, almost as if she is looking at you in defiance. And then,
Does Magram hear this commotion?
yeah, it's in the room that you're in. Yeah, for sure. But
Oh, he will say to Leary, Miss Leary, please answer Aurora's questions and do what she tells you. He will cast suggestion on her.
Oh, I was gonna cast message, but
oh no. Okay. Leary needs to roll a wisdom save.
oh darn.
Oh no. Well, I just so happen to have all of their stat blocks under my NPC tabs. Doop 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 doop. Hargrav. Genasi. Leary.
By the way, props to you, Theron, for keeping up with so many NPCs and their respective stats. Like, I would lose my damn mind.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
lot
10
of
out of
effort.
10, man.
What's the DC? 6 is 15?
I don't, I
I will
don't,
look. I will look. I
check
have your
to-
sheet right here. See, 16.
yeah, please look. I can't. Yeah.
That's a high DC.
Mm-hmm. Oh. She looks over to you, Magrim, and says, "May you always find water. But unfortunately, Miss Aurora, I have many duties today that I must attend to that require my personal touch. I'm sure Maester Lin will be able to assist you with finding someone other than myself that can take you where you need to go."
Nonsense. You and Osha take me everywhere.
Do we need to go somewhere?
There is a glare at Nisa as well.
She just sips like an imaginary sipper over her lips and goes,
Come,
Roll
we will
me,
immediately talk to the steward.
roll me an insight check, or since you know Leary, this is something that potentially you could pick up on as you like say come and she sort of looks to you with a little bit of fear as you basically are telling her what to do, and her reaction is that this is something that she really, really doesn't want you to do. And she holds her hands closer to herself, almost like defensive, crossing them over her chest, and she says, "Please, I must do what I'm allocated to do today, Aurora. I'm so sorry. I am without water today."
You will tell me the truth of what is going on now, Leary.
Then Lyri stops putting she puts her hands down by her sides and her back straightens, and that posture of like submissiveness and being the ever diligent servant almost disappears, and she stands to attention to a certain degree, and her chin raises, and then she looks at you in the eyes, looks to the rest of the room and says, "I believe that will be all." And she will walk past you.
You see Aurora with the biggest mixture of confusion and anger and disgust, and she immediately steps out of the room.
Uh-huh.
I'm getting changed. And she will hunt down Master Varn wherever he may be.
Thing is, when you do
Wait!
that, coming the opposite way down the corridor that Lyri is going is your tutor Vondor, who catches a look at you and says, "Ready to train, I see. Very good."
Nisa sees them at the end of the corridor and just slips back into the dining room and goes, "Oh, hell no."
Oh.
Master, it's good to see you, Master.
Bring your blade. It's time to show me whether or not you remember what we spent so much time drilling into you. Come to the training room. It is prepared.
On one condition. On one condition, Master. I would like you to partake me to Master Vaughn afterwards, whether or not I'm conscious.
He does a slow nod, the stony skin cracking like, cracking your knuckles. Very well. Should you be conscious? And he proceeds to the training room.
I'm so fucked.
And I need to do... This one is here. This one is here. Okay. So, Vondor takes Aurora to the training rooms. I will teleport you there. Meanwhile, back in the dining room.
I'm gonna close the door.
Okay.
Yeah. You just hear screams of agony after a couple of minutes.
And she's gonna stand between Carrick and Magrim and lower her voice before she speaks, and and she goes, "Okay, boys. Something truly shady is going on around here. You did notice, right?
Yeah.
Carrick, Magrim?
Well, it was quite obvious. She's without water. They're not feeding them well.
I don't think that's what she meant, because apparently these water genasi speak in half riddles and water metaphors, however weird that may be.
You know, I thought
don't know.
yesterday something seemed kind of funny, but I don't know. She said she was fine.
She
Did
did.
the suggestion spell not land, by the way?
Doesn't look like it. I'm just saying, because I vividly remember feeling weirded out by the absence of the water genasi yesterday, but yeah, now you're probably right, Carrick. Maybe she just didn't have enough sleep, is all.
Well, we could interrogate every water genasi we encounter and see which one tells us the truth. Or we can do something else.
I mean, I am tempted to go and watch Aurora's training or sparring session. Just for the funsies, but I know she wouldn't like it.
Well, why would she not like it?
She's probably gonna get her ass kicked.
We've seen that before.
Okay, let's go. I don't need much
I'm not
convincing.
suggesting we do. Hold on.
Why not?
You're like, she's already out the door.
Great idea, Mag. Let's go.
You do know how to
right.
cheer somebody up. Well,
So Nissa, you're going to watch Aurora's training for a bit.
I know that's.
Like,
I don't know.
there's a problem, but training. Let's
No,
watch
no, no,
Aurora
no.
get hit on her ass.
I'm going to respect her dignity
Mm-hmm. So,
for
Lokar
now.
has left and is stomped away, clearly upset about something. And Karik has mentioned that he's having a bit of a rough morning, especially with relating to dreams, and he needs to space to calm down. Magram is a little bit scatterbrained still and looks very different, and Karik is very interested in this book situation. So I imagine Karik and Magram will be book related study buddies,
Unless he wanted to do something else.
unless
I
Mag
don't-
wants to do something else.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. He just came back from being gone for 5 years. I don't want to tell him what
Months.
months. My bad.
That's cool. Okay, so you're free to do whatever you
Lisa's
want.
gonna go and wake Jasper up.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I mean, it's still very early, but you haven't seen Jasper, but enough of this bullshit.
He's glad to know.
You see as you leave the manor house, in the fountain is number 5 and Stinky, like sort of play fighting, and Stinky has got number 5 like around the tail and is like sticking his butt into the water. And there's a lot. It's a very cute scene, but also like, you can see the goblin groundskeeper like clapping a hand. He goes, "Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Shh! 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 Shh!" And there's like splashing, and two
Oh.
familiars within the fountain.
Hey, 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 hey! And she will lean. She will lean on the on the edge of the fountain, but like still keeping her distance from the water. And go,
It's
hey,
not that deep. It's
Stinky.
like thigh deep or so.
Oh, okay. Stinky, bad boy.
Stinky like stops in the middle of the splashing, holding the tail, and number 5 is and swiping at him, and he's like ducking under the paws, and he like stops and stares at you like he's a deer caught in headlights. He goes, in your mind, he goes, "Oh shit! No, I wasn't doing nothing about it. Just a little bit of funness," and he drops the tail and gives you this very cocky grin.
You were aiming for his soul, weren't you?
No. Just felt like, might be something there is all. Wasn't gonna steal his
So
soul. Honest.
let him go. Just. By the way, number 5, your master's back.
Make an animal handling check.
Oh my god.
Master, go seek,
speaks common.
seek.
I'm not very
Speaks
good at that.
common. She understands her.
No, familiars only
And
understand the person.
oh
This
yeah,
is-
that's right.
Oh,
Well, she can speak with animals, right?
I'm not sure if she can. Not anymore.
not anymore.
Oh, right, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yep, she changed the eldritch location.
The number 5 does like as Stinky has stopped doing what you told him to do. Number 5 basically jumps on his head and like dunks him, and he flaps his wings out and flies to the top of the fountain and begins to lick his paw like a wet cat. It's like spiky fur with the feathers, and begins to like clean itself, staring down at Stinky.
Ah,
Wait, it can't be on top of the fountain. It'll be on the side of the fountain because it's pouring. Actually, he's not going to go there. He's going to go onto a tree because it doesn't make any sense to be on the side. And
hells.
Stinky gets
Get out of there.
like, it kicks his paws to like get the water off, like flicking his feet. And Felka the goblin is just like, beg your pardon, miss, would you mind keeping him out of the fountain? The Baron doesn't quite like hair in it. We spent a lot of time trying to keep as much stuff out of the debris out of the fountain as possible.
I'll keep that in mind, thank you. But you were just clapping a minute ago. You weren't worried about the hair.
I was trying to get them out, like shoo, 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 shoo. I wasn't clapping for them to keep going, keep going.
That is true.
And she jumps down off the side of the fountain and goes back, picks up her rake and starts going back over here to clean up leaves. And you realize that you were on a mission, this minor interlude.
All right, yeah. You stay out of trouble, you little shit.
Anyway.
This is
I
like,
love you say-
I'll be
these
doing
missions have
everything.
so much chaotic energy.
I love it. Bye.
You run all the way across. Okay, Aurora, as Nis is having this scene, Vondor takes his very large quarterstaff in hand and is taking his very commonplace in the room. Where is my thing here? Where is my...
Ooh, look, I see you.
My notes. Ah, there it is. All right. Vondor has taken the liberty, as you've been off playing around in the library and eating and speaking to the Baron and such, has taken the liberty of, just like you have doing, like with the equipment in this room, has moved away the training dummies and has set the standard course of athletic requirement as you look at it, like your memory is like, oh yeah, that's how it used to be set out. You're looking at it with a sense of nostalgia. And he steps to the side here and looks at you expectingly. And he takes his staff out, holds it in one hand, and the metal end hits on the stone and sends like an echo out into the room and says, "No, you must remember your training. As you may be fuzzy on the matter, I will give you these instructions once. He will give you... I want to roleplay all the instructions, so he'll be here forever. Essentially, he says that there will be 3 challenges for this training, of which, if you fail one, you're going to go back to the start. And you are used to this in the sense that this sort of training runs you ragged. The first has always been a feat of athleticism and a sense of like jumps and beams and climbing frames and such. As well as pegs to step on and perform this flawless footwork and requiring balance. And if you fail, if you drop, you have to go back to the start. And each time you fail, Vondor will ensure that you get some form of punishment with his staff. And he ensures that you are forbidden from using any magic to enhance your movement on the physical side of the physical stamina circuit. He then goes on to explain that after you are exhausted from, well, not exhausted, maybe out of breath, you immediately have to then go to a tactical memory side of the training, as he explains to you that soldiers in battle don't have the time to sit down with a book and tell someone to wait as he remembers. It has to be on the moment, even though you're exhausted. And he'll point to some places around the training room where there are expected to be various flags that, like symbols, that he will change if you fail. And he will point to them and say, what does that mean? What does this mean? And each flag you must declare the proper response, the tactical sequence that is required for that, as kind of like a driving test situation where you see a road sign and that represents a rule. And a wrong answer triggers a penalty. And you are provided with more weight on a vest strapped to your body to then repeat the course. Should you get to the third stage, then it is a test of a duel between you and him, but not to defeat him. Your goal is not to strike first, but to demonstrate a measured defense, correct footwork and breathing control, and situational awareness. And if you attack blindly, overcommit, or lose your center, he will exploit it, and you will well know how well he can do that. So the room itself is rigged with these apparatus, and he points to the rack with the vest that has no weights on it right now, and then points to the start of the course for you to prepare your training.
I will walk to him, hand him Silver Song. Hold this, as you know its value. Kind of keep a long eye on OSHA, and then move to the front of the course.
You can see that OSHA is barely paying attention to you, as well as Miro, as they continue to wipe down the walls and perform their dusting duties. Almost like not quite aware of your presence, or maybe they're doing their best to ensure that they are not distracting you. And Vondor doesn't pay any attention of them. His attention is squarely on you. And as you are ready, he slams his quarterstaff down on the floor, initiating the start. And we will do this in dice rolls. So
Yay.
your athletics will give you advantage on one roll of your choice for athleticism. So the first part. So you did 3 rolls, of which you did 3. One pass, 1 fail, 1 pass. And the second one, I will impose something because you rolled a nat 1. And then the second one, for the third stage, you have the opportunity, if you wish, to spend an advantage roll on that roll. Okay. So you have 2 inspirations. You have 2 inspirations, one to use on the first phase and one to use on the third phase. Understood. Okay, so the obstacle course is put in front of you. You know the routine to a certain degree. Roll your athletics.
Yeah, that tracks.
It's like the first step. you falter, and Vondor, with a lightning flash, does a spin and whacks you on your lower back with the quarterstaff. And as you go back to the start, so take I need to roll a d4. You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage from the staff, and Vondor puts 1 plate in your vest. And he will say to you, Rust scrapes clean only with effort. Again.
Aurora's still kind of like looking at Osha, but realizes that maybe I should focus. And
Uh-huh.
a little bit better.
A little bit better. You make it past the first obstacle. A little bit shaky, but you need to do a leap here, so I need you to do an acrobatics as more of a dexterity-based stepping.
That might be their first.
Are you doing inspiration on this?
Oh my god.
Okay. You flop onto the side. He looks slightly disappointed in you as you fail on the second one. It's another point of bludgeoning damage and a plate in your vest, and you can feel at this point that the 2 plates in your vest have given you burden. So every athletics roll that, or like physical roll that you roll, is going to be a -1. Again.
I don't see what he's rolling. What did he?
So
I rolled
Aurora
below 10 4 times.
rolled
Oh.
a 2, a 12, and that 1, a 9, and now a 1. So which
Yeah,
would
I'm
be a
sorry, I haven't
0.
rolled much today.
You're taking all of Pepper's inspiration.
You just want to just do some random rolls to help you.
So it's actually a 0 athletics. You stumble again, and he's gonna whack you for 2 bludgeoning damage. Says, "Pay attention." Another plate gets added. Focus.
Yes, Master.
Athletics is enough to step over the first one as you like run up a ramp, and then we have an acrobatics. Ooh, 17. You make it over the stepping stones, like pegs, with your balance, slightly more deftly here, and your focus is razor sharp on these this balance work, and then there's a climbing part. So you can choose either athletics or acrobatics depending on which way you want to do this, by either some form of acrobatic swinging, or maybe you want to brute force it. It's your choice.
She would like run up like the support post for it, and then like try and push herself to the other side. So acrobatic.
Okay.
And go back and forth.
You leap for it, looking to grab hold of this rung, and you grab it, and you swing, put your legs up on one of the rungs, and you flip back over it. You grab hold of the other end, and you do a very nice dismount, landing quite successfully. And Vondor gives you a approval nod and says, "Next, what's that?" And he points with your breath in your chest. He points to one of the tactical scenario symbols. You're gonna have to roll me a history. Whoa. Okay, I'm going to choose to have you re-roll that.
No.
With your nat one.
Oh my god.
Back to athleticism.
So I've used mine.
Anti-inspiration.
My anti-inspiration indeed. With your nat one. And you say like broken formation retreat, and he goes, "No, that is holding a choke point." And he like whacks you on the back and says, "Back on the racks." And you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage, and you have a another plate added to your vest. Athletics, athletics, go. Pull yourself up. To
When
a
he fails, he has to do everything again.
he does,
Yep.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets progressively harder and harder.
Okay.
So you succeed.
Okay.
Acrobatics.
Bullying at this point.
You flop on your face as you go through the dexterous parts with -2. You fail on that one. You receive 2 points of bludgeoning damage and another plate. Go again. Athletics. Yeah, Lokar, you can look at this from a perspective of this is designed to ensure that the person who is doing the training does it flawlessly and is punished severely for forgetting even the smallest thing. It is a brutal regimen of training. You can see Aurora's, I mean, she was already kind of sweaty, but now her sweat is pouring from her forehead, and she like returns to the start once more. And Vondor is like looking at disappointed approval, and he adds a little extra to this hit: 4 points of bludgeoning, and another plate. Go. You just make it. The first part. The dexterity stepping stones. Did you use your inspiration yet?
For the first part, yeah.
Okay, shit. Do you have DM's inspiration? You can have DM's inspiration.
Use that also,
He used that
unfortunately.
already.
But
Yeah,
he has
no,
your divine like proficiency on something that you can use.
But he used the recollection. So like the rolls that he did before, the 3 rolls gave him advantage or inspiration.
Is that a one time or once per round?
It's a one time.
Yeah, because I already used it the one time.
But you have
For
DM's
the first
inspiration
part.
as well, right?
I used
I
that
used
to
that
persuade
start,
Maid,
For the what?
the chef.
Oh shit!
Matter of-
Oh, you did. Right. Thank you so much. Okay. 2 points more of bludgeoning damage and another plate. Go. So that will be a -4. But that one you succeed. It's getting harder and harder. So you need to take another 3 points of bludgeoning damage, and you make it past the first one into the acrobatics, dexterity, stepping stones.
He said no
Athletics.
magic, so
That's true. Yeah, he is. Woo! Okay, you got your game face on. It's a nat 20, but down to 20, and then the acrobatics or athletics choice as you go over this sort of climbing apparatus. Dang, girl, you land on the other side, breathing heavily, and Vondor says, "What's that one?" And you're like, and you shout out, "Prisoner negotiation," and you're like, "Correct." You are.
Oh man, I should have gone to watch.
And then he points over to the one behind you and says, "That one!" And this is more of a perception check, as it's a distance of seeing 2 different figures. Perception. Oh, shit, another nat 20. Let's go. And he says, "Seems like
You're getting all the net 20s today, Spike.
I've also got the several nat ones. So
Exactly.
it is the dichotomy of man going on over here.
Yeah, at least they don't like flip flop in between since you have to do all of them at once.
Vondor steps up and says, "Prove it!" And he's going to whirl his quarterstaff with 2 metal ends that have impacted you several times this morning. A feeling that you have felt many a time. It's not like it's it's punishment rather than wounding. And he is going to perform attacks at you after he throws you Silver Song and says, "Show me you haven't forgotten." And he will perform attacks at you, which you can choose with your you have the advantage roll. And he will he will be testing your defense and your footwork, your breathing control, and your situational awareness. So you can provide this information to him with a choice. You can be dexterous. You can choose to steady yourself with constitution, or you can be situationally aware with perception, all of which would contribute to your AC. Understood?
Sure.
Okay, and so you got 3 rolls to add to your constitution that will be against his attack. So, sorry, against your AC. So, your defense is determined by your training of your acrobatics or athletics, your constitution roll, and your perception. So, he circles you, whirling this quarterstaff. And he is going to attack, but you will apply your. Go ahead, your rolls.
Let's start with perception. See which form he's in.
Mm-hmm.
And
10. Okay.
Then we'll. This is straight con roll.
Indeed. So it'll be a con skill check as you get your breathing under control. So okay, well, okay, so it'll be a +3. The 10 is a +0, so it's a +3. I'm using your attribute scores. So 0 plus 3.
My
Yeah,
con
3.
is +5. So, yeah.
No, but the 17 roll gives you a +3.
Yes. And then just acrobatics or dex?
It will be acrobatics.
That's going to be the inspiration.
Wow. Okay, so you're gonna get a +4, so a total of +7 to your standard 10. So you have 17 is your DC, your AC rather, and he will roll for you to see if it hits you. Oof.
Oh, dang.
It is a more forceful attack. And you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage. And he will say, back to the start.
Aurora, my girl, you good? I'm running across the estate back to you.
I think in response to being hit, she'll take the hit and she'll have Silver Song flare up in a blaze of light and try to blind him.
Oh, so as part of the roll to see if he re-rolls?
As part of the roll, so
that-
he will need to make a save.
Is that part of the actual weapon?
It is the new feat I have.
Oh shit! Okay, yeah, that's cool. Okay, we do.
So it is DC 16 dexterity save.
That's a dex save?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Do
okay.
it.
Dang. Oh no, Vondor's dexterity. Oh, his dexterity is okay. It's all right. It's a save.
Yeah.
Oh, he fails.
He's blinded.
So
And he takes a little bit of powder damage.
Pocket sand damage as this sort of a glinting flare bursts off the edge of Silver Song. Does that mean that he rolls with disadvantage, so I'll have to roll again for his attack?
Yeah, he would be blinded. Blind means disadvantage on attack rolls.
Okay, so I'll just do that with the okay, I roll.
Screw it. Niece is coming back.
You're back now. You've dragged Jasper out of
along.
bed, and he's got these ragged underpants on, boxer shorts, and he's like, what are you talking about? What? It's fucking earliness. What's going on? And
Come along, Jasper. You don't want to miss this.
Okay.
No.
I will roll it in
You're
public. Oh my god. You with your traits that you have learned, this Ember of the Fire Giant feat just like catches him off guard, and his whirling attack to try and strike you is like catches his side of guard, and he winces, and you parry it with this move that he's never seen before.
We're not done yet, because we'll immediately follow that with a dagger to push ruin him as far as we can.
You want to
So,
push him?
yeah, with the martial adept.
Oh, right,
So
okay,
pushing
okay,
it
okay. Sure.
So, we'll do that. Is also, so I had to roll to hit him. So that would be a dagger.
But your task here is not to hit; it's defense.
I know.
All right, your goal is not to strike. Okay, yes, not strike first.
My goal is to point out that
Okay,
I have
okay.
won the fight.
Okay. Well,
So,
resoundingly.
won
Okay.
this
Let's do
won
it.
this sequence.
Let's do it. Draw on
Oops.
your better. Oops.
That's not the thing.
That's not the thing.
That's not the thing. There we go. No.
No.
You get advantage because he's blinded, right?
He is blinded. That's true.
Just
That is
saying.
true. Yeah, that is true. According to the rules, you will hit
Oh.
his armor
I
class.
got you.
Lokar knows. He
yes.
said, like, he's blinded. Do it again.
Dude.
He's open over here.
Nisa's just like, woo!
He will need to make a strength save.
Oh, dang.
DC 16.
He
Strength
easily
save?
makes it. You know that Vondor is very strong. And his resilience to anything strength based is like trying to push over a mountain, and this has he easily resisted. But he recognizes the effort, and you're pouring with sweat, breathing heavily, but your focus is razor sharp and focused. And he looks down and goes, "Apparently your training wasn't all lost." And he like whirls his staff once more and slams it onto the ground. Training's over for now. Take a breath. Take a sip of water, because we do this again in an hour. And he nods to you, and he's going to go over to start resetting up stuff.
Master Vondor. Where is the steward? What is wrong with Osha? And kind of points her sword towards her.
Vondra warily looks at Osha, like he's like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Look, and he goes, looks back to you and says, "Toro is likely performing his morning ablutions like he does this time every day. As for the girl, I have absolutely no idea. I try and steer wary of them and get out of their way."
You will take me to the steward, as promised.
Ice.
Oh, fuck.
You see, you turn around, you have an audience of Lokar and Nissa and Jasper. Where's Jasper? Jasper!
Just-
There he is.
Oh, wait. Wait.
What?
I think Loka would say, "Don't worry, they only joined at the end."
Such a shame. By the
I
looks
mean,
of
you
it.
see, like, Aurora with a bloody nose and a few other terrible injuries, so...
My.
Okay. Vondor leans his quarterstaff up against one of the sides of the pillars and says, "As agreed." And he will lead you. He won't lead you through the servant quarters. He'll lead you around. And he's going to take you all the way around the houses, so to speak. Jasper's like, what's going on over around here then? Sweaty.
Ice yourself and up, Jasper.
I told you would like it, Jasper.
He like gives you an elbow jostle and goes, I'll forgive you for waking me up. I was having quite the dream. Didn't know it was going to come true.
Ah! Okay. Mission for Nisa unlocked. Get these two together. No matter the cost.
Right.
Anyway.
Okay. Anything you guys, Mr. Booksmart's people, are doing down there? Anything you guys want to quickly go over before we take people over to the servants' quarters area?
Well, I'll tell you what I was doing while that was actually going on. I was actually sitting there trying to decipher some of these riddles at the end. So we can say that's what Karek was doing.
Sure, and Magram's like pointing out over your shoulder, like help a kindergarten teacher helping out a kid learning to read. Like, what's this one mean? No, that's the wrong shape. That's the backwards one of that one. Very good, almost.
Okay. Carrick, repeat after me. Sigil is the city of doors. Sigil. Can you say that? It's not a sign, it's a sigil.
Sigil.
There you go.
There
There you go. It's the, what does the wavy one mean?
Magram can give you the information. He like read it through and just grasped it with his intelligence very quickly. You can have a discussion about what these symbols mean, but Magram will be able to tell you what, at least from a perspective of, you're looking at the dictums, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going through the actual riddles and trying to put each phrase with the appropriate
Constellation.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean,
actually have some blanks that I'm not able to figure out yet. I'm assuming they repeat sometimes, and I'm not letting them repeat yet, so I'll get there.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, let's do an intelligence with advantage, with Magram helping you out and pointing out where the problems are.
And I also, assuming this can apply the efficiency being attuned with the book.
Let me see here with the book item.
Oh, it doesn't. It says for history, but it does have to do with constellations, planar space.
So, so that Constellation Code book is at night, and then Starbound Reading is when you're looking at, right? No.
Oh no, I was talking about the Memory of the Shell.
Memory of the
While
Shell.
attuned to the codex, you can add efficiency bonus to checks made when identifying constellations, interpreting dreams, or
No,
navigating
that's
dreams.
more application of
Okay.
of the usage. This is not about the book itself, but when you're out and about, potentially, if you're able to keep this book, to utilize that information to provide guidance on the world itself as you're looking at constellations or interpreting certain dreams or navigating planar space. You could apply that information.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Whoa.
What's with the cocky attitude? Oh my god.
Natural 20.
Get his ass, Kari. Get his ass.
Natural 28,
Don't
you say
stop
so
down.
myself.
There you go. All you needed was some tutoring.
Sure. So it will.
It all makes sense now.
It doesn't all make sense, but certainly some things do make some sense. It is learned that, yes, there are possible repeating patterns within the sayings. It is understood that the sayings correlate to 7 constellation shapes, which are conform of an address, of which, when you're at a gateway, you would have to put these constellation symbols in order whilst you are tucked within your shell to dial. And the symbols of the dictums, Magrim will tell you as you get it together that they
Yep.
are.
So you see the one with the lock is
Yeah.
Sigil, City of Doors, as I just told you. The wave
Okay.
is the elemental plane of water. There are 4 elemental planes. This one is about the water. The third one, you see the big wind, and it's sad.
Yeah.
It's pandemonium. You don't want to listen to the wind. I believe you will go deaf if you listen to it for too long.
Okay.
The one about the tree, that's Isgard, or Asgard, or
Eastgard.
basically Isgard. It has many pronunciations. It houses the world tree that can allow you to travel to other planes as well. Last one with the scale, as you see, that's Arcadia, a land of fairly of sorry guys, I'm blanking out right here. It's really
Balance and order.
it's balance and order. Sorry, yeah, I read about these and I
That's
forgot.
cool. You
Yeah,
did a great job. Thank you.
Arcadia, balance, order, and everything that is quite orderly. It has actually 3 realms, one of which has abandoned them and I believe joined something a lot more lawful.
Huh.
Yeah.
So these are all places that we could go to. We found one of these gateways, possible, if I'm able to open it.
Correct. And I would suggest we don't go to Pandemonium. The plane of water, well, that potion of water breathing could be nice.
Yeah, that
For
one
that, I
doesn't sound
suppose.
like fun either. I don't want to go to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, water? No thanks.
Blah, blah, blah.
But overall, great job, Carrick. Well done.
Further to that, Nat 20, given the time, I will provide a DM's answer to a question of anything. One answer to a question.
All right, I'll think about that, but okay.
Okay. Fair.
Do
I
you
don't
like
have
me?
one on hand to go right now. You're gonna give me
Related
a
to the
minute.
book. Do you like
Anything?
coriander?
How do we win?
Exactly. Thank you for that. Okay, going back to you guys in the hallway, Vondar is on a mission to take you where you need to go. And I'm just going to teleport you all. Well, I'll take you through the different rooms so that you know where you are. But I'm just going to bunch you all together
Okay.
and move you. Okay? So,
Mm-hmm.
he takes you through to the main foyer over here. If you can keep up with me. And then he leads you north, not into the bathroom. Close that door. Not like some places. He leads you to here, up opposite the library, and then through this door here.
Okay.
And then he leads you through the door over here. It's more of an archway. And then he leads you around the hallways. And then Vondor says, as he knocks on the door here, he says, knocks on the door. Master Varn, are you up? No answer. And he knocks harder. Master Varn! It's dawn already. And then the voice of Turo actually comes from behind him as a door opens. And Turo has got a towel around his neck, and his hair is all up, and he's wearing like a shift that with like a robe that is like this waffle texture. It looks very high quality. And he goes, Master Fondor, I'm awake, but thank you for the morning call. Oh, I didn't expect guests to be in the servants' area, but nevertheless, it is a delight to see you, Miss Aurora, and company. What's this all about? And Vondor looks
Okay.
to you guys and say, they wanted to talk to you.
Master Vaughn, I am very tired, so I ask that you answer me truthfully and directly. What is wrong with the twins?
What is wrong with the twins? Is there a problem? Are they injured?
They are
what-
obviously exhausted, if not themselves. So I ask you again, Master Vaughn. Is the Baron doing something to the slaves?
You can see an expression change on his face. And he looks to you and goes, he takes the towel off of his neck, looks at you and says, Miss, this clearly is something that is part of your exhaustion. I'm sure they're fine.
Master Vaughn, I have spent 2 years at Templar. I know when people lie to me. I encourage you to start answering my questions.
He looks to Vondor and then says, Master Vondor, would you be so kind as to ensure that everything is as it should be within the training rooms? I'm sure after such a training regimen that clearly you have just gone through, there must be some tidying up to do. And Vondor looks to Turo, then to you, Aurora, and says, As you say, Master Vaughn. And he pushes past, and without much of a worry or concern, he returns. And Turo.
Lucas,
Hmm?
yeah, Luca has been like watching Wondor.
Oh yeah, he gives you a pretty big like side glance as he passes by you. There's like a little bit of a brush, a shoulder to shoulder, as he passes by you, but nothing too aggressive. And Turo says, "Please, I'm sure my room would be more suitable than out here in the corridor to discuss any sort of problems that you might have, Miss Turin. I'm sure everything's fine, but please." And he opens the door, and his room is more Spartan than expected, with a couple of beds that are dressed in neat and luxurious quality sheeting. But ultimately, his quarters aren't better than yours as the guests, but they're comfortable. There is another door to the far end of the room, as well as a window that is currently closed. And Jesper comes in, closes the door behind him. Turo sits on the edge of the bed, and he folds his hands in front of him and looks to you and says, "Now, what is this all about, Aurora? What's this situation with the twins that you feel like there's a
Yesterday.
problem.
I saw one of the Ganassi with too much strength to do her native tasks, obviously exhausted beyond any reasonable measure. Today, the twins are terrified of me for no apparent reason, and don't respond to my discussions and requests. Their tasks are more important than me.
I see. So you were a little upset that the twins didn't have time for you this morning, is that it? I will
Oh,
be...
Master Baran, if you intend to gaslight me, you will not enjoy my anger.
No, Aurora, this has nothing to do with inflaming a situation. I'm merely just trying to understand. You're saying that there's something wrong with the twins, and I believe you. If there's something wrong with the twins, I will seek to find out what that actually is, but I haven't seen them this morning.
Saw you with Mr. Lene,
I
concerned
jumped.
about something, Master Vaughn, about why the Ganassi were taking too long. I want the truth.
Turo stands up and, he does a few paces and he's going to do a think. Aurora, the matters of the estate are intricate, and there are many things that need to happen to ensure the continuation of the estate, and things have been a little bit difficult over the past few months. There's been some reports of contaminations, and the waters that we are intending to sell are not taking off, shall we say. There is this stirring amongst the noble houses that there is some problem with waters these days, and well, the Baron is trying to ensure that that can be a solution. You see, there's this rumor that there's this thing that is making people sick, and we're thinking that there's some minerals or some elements, or perhaps like a few dead bodies down a well or two that's contaminating the water within Gerst. And the Baron and I have decided that perhaps what might actually be in our best interest is to become more of a larger player in the whole scheme of providing hydration to the valley rather than just the estate. We are trying to make a product that we can sell to the other noble houses.
You will stop immediately.
Wait, so you're just bleeding the water genasi dry?
No. Come. Far from it. This is a
You
little bit
will.
over the top here, and maybe your exhaustions are settling in, but let me assure you, Aurora, that the Genasi are doing only what they were made to do, and that is generate water.
Are you stating that they aren't people, Master Vaughn?
Wait,
They're slaves, Aurora.
so my friend over here, and she points at Jasper, as a fire genasi was born to generate fire? Was the Baron as well born to do that? Because he ain't doing that.
Turo takes a passive, calm approach to the line of questioning and says, ever since the war and the shift of ownership, shall we say, water genasi have become a remarkable commodity, especially in the valley, especially as things are getting hotter. Everyone has their part to play. We don't need heat. We have enough of that, but what we do need is water. and everyone must play their part to ensure the survival of everyone. And if they just so happen to be able to produce water, then the many need such skill. It is the world we live in, Aurora.
In the end, they're slaves. They can do whatever they want with them.
Indeed, they belong to
They
the
have
Baron.
to follow.
Do I belong to the Baron, Master Bob?
No,
You don't have an ear cuff yet.
and you've been around the slaves for years, Aurora. I'm surprised that you are so shocked by this, especially with the position that they are in. The Ganassi have always been here at the estate providing sustenance to ensure that there is
You-
suitable growth. This is not anything new.
You have turned the natural ability from maintenance of this estate into a profit to address a problem you do not even understand. You know what the sickness is, Master Vaughn? Because I assure you, you don't. I assure you that it's more of a problem than you could ever comprehend. Do you know what Calic tried to kill the entire fucking city?
I've heard rumors.
Because we all belong to him, Master Vaughn. Sound familiar? Because whatever this sickness, this corruption is, part of what the Templars want. It's part of what he wanted.
And what does he want? What did he want?
Fuck if I know. Power, ambition, selfish
Eternal.
regard to believe that he is greater than anyone else here. Now Calic is dead. Because he wanted more.
I'm yet to hear
Nisa.
problems
Oh,
with this.
sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that upon hearing that, Nisa's just gonna, very calmly unsheath her dagger and play with it between her fingers.
Okay. Tura's like,
Master Vaughn,
Hmm?
there are no slaves anymore in this country.
Ah.
It's the order of Lord Tithian, our king.
Tithian,
You are aware of this, I'm sure.
Aurora, I don't mean to sound condescending, but Tithian is only a king of a city in walls, and we are no longer in Gerst. The estate has never followed what the law of the city dictates. We follow the law of the country. And this country has been provided by Kalas's conquest, the rights to own Upsilonians. It is what he dreamed. And we are
Do not
acting within...
ever say you know what Callus's dream is. You see her, she's like shaking, like visibly.
Turo's remaining passive and, non-engaging, and, he's looking at you with sympathy.
Yeah, Lokar is moving closer, not to threaten Juan, but to make sure that Aurora and Nisa don't get out of hand.
Hold me back! Hold me back! Hold me back!
He's just ready to kind of step in if necessary.
Aurora, I am sorry that these are your feelings, but we are acting within the boundaries of the laws. The Genasi work for the Baron, and we put the Genasi to work. Now, if you wish to help us alleviate their need of additional stresses or additional works, then by all means, let's have a conversation with the Baron and see what we can do about that. This is not a surprise to anyone.
Master Vaughn, you teeter on the brink of being a tyrant. I am sorry for my outburst. This upsets me greatly.
You've
I
been
think
through
we've
a
heard-
lot, but look, maybe you just need to take a breath, go for a walk, have a
Listen, I
drink.
think we've heard enough, Toro. I don't think you need to explain to her anything anymore. It was a nice conversation. And he kind of like probably pulls at Nissa, kind of take a step back.
Mm-hmm.
We will,
What do you need, Master Vaughn?
Come see me once you've managed to digest this. I'm more than well happy to continue the conversation and facilitate a more formal arrangement with the Baron if you wish to discuss this further. I'm not shy about
yeah, I
discussing
think we
it.
will be able to talk with the Baron ourselves. Thank you very much, Toro.
No, we will go through Master Vaughn.
Why can't we just go to the Baron directly?
Because I might hit the Baron if Vaughn isn't there.
I
We
think
can
I
hold you
take-
back.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't be able to be as calm as Mr. Two.
I think I can be as calm.
And I think she just like storms out of that point.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Ooh.
Um,
Anyway, Mr. Baron, nice conversation.
I hope you have a pleasant morning.
And maybe like let the water Genasi come in later or something, so she doesn't have to see it all the time.
Turo just turns away and starts playing with some shirts that he has on his bed.
Ooh.
Jasper lingers a little too long, just like watching Turo, giving him a little bit uneasy.
Come on, Jasper.
Until Turo turns, he goes, "Is there something more?" And he goes, "No, just you're a bit of a wily one, aren't you? Call you Turo. Yeah. They got a name for people like you in the Warrens. That's where I'm from. Slimy. Slimy is what they call them. But at least you bathe. So there's that in it." And he goes out and closes the door behind him.
What a slimy bastard.
So slimy, like an ooze. If you catch up to Aurora.
Yeah.
Well, we let her rush off if she wants to,
Okay.
or catch up to her
Well,
if she
yeah.
wants to.
I mean, she's kind of too tired to do too much exaggerated movie.
I think it will catch up.
You okay? Kind of a stupid question, I realize.
I have never known the Baron or Mr. Turo to be so greedy.
This wasn't like this when you were younger, right? This didn't used to be like this, sorry.
No. They couldn't work the Ganassi to slaves. They want as
But wait, didn't he say that there was some sort of rumor making people sick? Isn't that a
Yeah,
thing?
I
Like,
mean,
you're going to be providing like fresh water to the city. You know, isn't that a good thing?
I think overall
Right.
the thing here is the
Jasper,
occasion of
the Ganassi here can barely sustain the estate any more, and you are running them ragged to death.
I think they
Right.
know that.
And when they're dead, the estate dies, along with whatever wealth they would have generated. Not only is it foolishly greedy, it lacks any measure of foresight.
We don't know
Yeah,
the
yeah.
exact details. I think they just saw an opportunity. I think they would have always done that to these people, Aurora. The slaves. It just never was a necessity. But if the nobility comes by and tells you they need water, but at any other point they would have done it.
Would you have done it
Me? I would
if you
not.
were
I
in
would
their
never.
place?
I would never
No.
hold slaves. So I don't think I would be in that place ever.
No. What extra excess we could contribute, we would contribute. But what they are doing is about profit, not about maintenance.
And we will
Probably
end.
nothing you could do about it, Aurora.
That is where you are wrong.
Okay. And I think that's
Be
where we'll
careful.
have to leave the session tonight. That's where you're wrong. Dot dot dot.